Peace and blessings to the family. It's your boy High Five back at it again with another, questions of the lake, episode 2. So in this episode, we the topic was the problems in the black community. You know, because clearly there's a problem. When you look at the black community, it shouldn't even be called our community because we don't have any ownership or any control over what goes down. You know, they put their liquor stores in our on our blocks. They put the drug stores, the smoke shops. They put the guns and the drugs, and you know what I'm saying. They put things in there. They name the streets after conquistadors 9 times out of 10. So we don't really have no ownership as a collective in these communities. So you know, anyways, that's I'm really trying to get to why I wanted to know this question that I asked the people. I knew what the answer was going to be, and the answer is on my shirt. To the solution to the problem, to what is the problem, and it's the lack of unity, and that goes back to when we was in slavery. We was competing to be the most favored in the eyes of the oppressor. So all of this is trauma that has been embedded in our DNA, and now we still reenact those things in today. So without further ado, man, let's get straight into the video. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Us communicating,
Mm,
speaking to one another.
mm,
Me and my friends, there's different age groups, but we like to at least speak when we see other black folk,
right,
because we all got,
right.
and we got to remember that,
Yes, sir.
because a lot of times we feel like we're alone,
Mm,
and we get defensive, whether we're male or woman, and that comes with certain tendencies that we probably don't even really have to experience.
Yeah, I mean, historically, just how we're just treated, looked at, especially the black woman,
right,
not really being, respected,
right.
underpaid, least paid, and least respected,
Mm,
particularly black women. I
mm,
think that's a big issue in the black community.
mm,
Um, just we're hypersexualized and we're
right,
not taken seriously,
right,
paid less than all of our counterparts.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would 100% agree.
I think I see a major problem with our unity amongst each other. A lot of the times we can't connect with each other, and then so I see that as a major problem.
How do you think that happened? Like, what do you think
I
the
think
main thing was?
getting the black father out of the household
Mm,
and becoming dependent on government assistance.
right.
I think that's the major thing, and then we get tricked into taking these low-hanging fruit that like Democratic parties or different political parties give us, when it really is our responsibility to pull ourselves up. But then, how can you ask the black woman to choose to go and be with the black woman? She's the government is her partner.
Right. Right.
So I think the whole it started with getting the black man out of the household. I think that we have to just prioritize ourselves. Like I always think about this every day. Like our spending dollar is so powerful and so important. So if we just spent our money internally,
Right.
then we will become the power and just stop fighting each other
Right.
and competing with so much with each other, but helping us get us one individually get to a point in time where we can share with the mass. I think we just have to work with each other.
I mean, I don't think it's a problem with black people in in general, but um, there's powers that be that make the black community do certain things that I don't necessarily agree with. Well, specifically in the Bay Area right now, man, there's a uptick in crime right now, man, and I lived here all my life, and I have never like not felt safe out here.
Mm,
But recently, I don't feel safe like
mm,
wandering around at night by myself, just because I know certain people in my own life that rob people, do all kind of stuff that is illegal. Man, it's just hard out here for people, bro. It's hard to live out here. You can't pay for your rent. You can't pay for your bills out here. You gotta have like 2, 3 jobs. Um, you working like 2, 3 jobs, and then even that's not enough to pay for some of these bills. So you got people going out here making money however they can.
We don't stick together.
Mm.
You know, we don't come together and help each other out.
Right. Right.
It's like, I don't know if you know the crab in the barrel,
Mm-hmm.
metaphor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what we are.
Pulling each other down. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You would say the same thing?
Say the same thing. I agree.
For sure.
We got to start helping each other out. Like how, like for instance, we own businesses, right?
Right.
Like black people always want a discount. But if
Mm.
you was to go to a white person or Asian person, you wouldn't ask them for no discount. You would pay whatever their price is,
That's
right?
true.
So treat each other accordingly, hold each other accountable,
Mm-hmm.
help each other out.
Right.
I also look at the metaphor of like when you in the bread aisle, right?
Mm.
It's a bunch of different types of breads, different brands, right?
Right.
But that didn't stop somebody else from producing a brand, right?
Mm.
So just because you may be in that field, you may feel like, oh, I don't want to help them out because then they may take money out of my pocket. Nobody's taking money. It's money out here for everybody.
Right.
If you got the skill, let's help each other out.
Right.
If you got the knowledge, help each other out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
help each other grow. We all hungry.
No doubt.
We can all get it. It's
Right.
money for everybody. We got a dump truck company and then we got an event company.
Really? You want to shout it out?
All Roads In Incorporated. You know, if you need any dump truck hauling, we got you. And True Dream Events, if you have any parties or weddings, divorce, whatever you want to call it, we can do it all.
There you go. Yeah, tap in with the family, man. I appreciate y'all for your time.
You welcome.
There's very few that ain't gang banging or whatever,
Right.
sagging and dagging and doing whatever. You out here trying to commute the community
Right.
awareness.
Right.
So I support you and I congratulate you on that.
Yes, sir.
I really applaud you on that.
Thank you, man.
It's all
Thank
good.
you.
Do I see a problem in the black community?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I see a problem in the black community, but it's no one man show, so there's no way that I can fix it,
Mm.
and there's nothing I can do. I just lay low and go with the flow.
Right.
So but when I see more people like you
Mm-hmm.
out here trying to support this,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll give more.
Mm.
But right now, it's like a snotty nosed kid. I'm gonna keep my nose clean and stay out to other folks' business
Mm.
because these young people has no respect and no nothing.
Right.
So
Right.
first thing they're gonna say, "OG, what you doing out here?" And want to do a TKO on me, and if you hit me, I'm gonna shoot you. Just bottom line. The older people just let them run. And then the niggas came, excuse my French on the,
Oh, yes, sir.
but the black folks, they took away their dining from the dining room table.
Mm.
Everybody started growing long hair,
Yeah.
hands hanging down.
Yeah.
So they don't know, what are you advertising? Your asshole, your booty hole, what are you advertising?
Right.
So
Right.
you know what? Hoes used to do that.
Right.
Hoes were doing, but now they got niggas showing that, I got 15 pair of drawers. Watch her change them every day. I'm gonna show you what color I got on today.
Yeah.
Who wants to see another man's booty hole?
That's a great question.
Who wants to see it?
Right.
And when the SAG came in, the disrespect came in, and the whole thing about it, that's when you need more people like you.
Mm.
Need
Yes,
more
sir.
people like you to get out there and put that out. Bro, check this shit out. You get a bunch of Mexicans,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll live like two peas in a pot.
Right.
You get a bunch of Chinamans, they'll leave like two peas in a pot.
Right.
You put a bunch of us's together,
Yeah.
we gonna be like alligators. You got a new pair of pants, you got a new car, and we gonna fight.
Right.
We have to come together.
Mm-hmm.
We have to come together and learn to live together.
Right.
We can't. We are worst enemies.
Mm.
You ain't hearing about the Ku Klux Klan driving down the street having to shoot out with the black folks.
That's true.
You ain't know the white boy and ride by shoot you. One of them other from another corner that came by and shot you, shooting your house up.
Right.
So once we get together and unite on that, then we can move forward.
Mm.
So we cannot move forward when we still killing up each other.
Right.
Same thing when they put crack out here. Oh, we know how to kill these niggas. Put this shit out here. All of them went crazy.
Mm.
Put more guns out here. Everybody wants to be Jesse James and Wyatt Earp.
Mm.
Bonnie and Clyde and all this shit.
Mm.
So hey, once we get rid of all that, then the world might be a better place.
Yeah.
But I won't be down here to see when we make that change.
What do you think is the most prevalent problem?
Police brutality. Police, they abuse their power.
Mm.
You understand? And I believe that we should be able to police ourselves rather than having people from different neighborhoods and different ethnicities come in and just do what they want to do. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? If we're gonna have police, it should be police in our own neighborhoods.
Mm.
You know, people that understand the people, and that when a situation arises, they can move differently.
Right.
That makes sense to you?
Yes, sir. It makes perfect sense.
Feel me?
So why do you think we haven't got to that point? You know, as black people, because I feel like I'm in a nation, so it's like we teach these type of things. Like we need to have our own. You know what I'm saying? Have our own society, not maybe not separate from this land, but just separate from this government, to where we
Okay.
could run our own. You know, like you said, police have our own politics and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think that it's so hard for us to do as black people?
Not enough of us want to be police, man. We think we have a certain image of police. It's like us against the police,
Mm.
rather than if a person like you step up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna be a cop to make sure that shit that usually go on, like police brutality or racism, doesn't happen. You understand what I'm saying? If
Mm.
more people thought like that, it would be less drama, it would be less bullshit that
Mm.
goes on, it would be less killing.
So now that we got to the end of the video, you could see that basically unity is what's needed. Unity is what has been missing, and you know, hopefully that's just I I've been able to capture the perspective of the black community and the state of satisfaction with the community. You know, and if any politician cared about America, they would listen to the people's um, approval rates of their communities, and they would attempt to aid. You know what I'm saying, and listen to what they need, so that way they could, if they really cared, that's what I'm saying, they would listen to what we're saying and not just be like, because I feel like we always been voicing what we need, and they never really even considered it. When we talk about reparations, they don't even consider it. They think that that's like ridiculous to even ask for. You know what I mean? So if they really cared about us, they would at least consider certain things, or at least be like, this is why we can't do this. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to do, fix the black community when they could go to the moon. They could go to Mars and all that, send technology to Mars, but they can't fix up the streets. They can't clean up the streets of Oakland. You know what I'm saying? They can't fix all the homeless issues, but they go into third world countries, giving them billions and millions and all this, giving them aid. Like Pac said, they got money for war, but can't feed the poor. So I just asked him, do you, first of all, do you believe that there's a problem in the black community? Because some people are just blind to the problems and they don't even see it. They just, everybody's equal and everybody has, you know, opportunities. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like, if you go through the so-called black communities, you can clearly see there's a distinct difference between the average, between any other community in America, and like it's the remnants of slavery. Like I said, bro, this is proof that we still have a mentality that has been impressed. You know what I mean? That remains to be traumatized by slavery. Is the fact that we still call each other niggas. We still call our women bees, and you know what I'm saying. We treat each other as such. You know, the fact that we use that word that was created during slavery to put us in a slave like state, and we use that as a term of endearment, or you know, we look at each other like niggas instead of brothers. You know what I'm saying? So that it represents our mentality and why we go out and we just kill each other like it's nothing, or we just sell dope to each other, or we just, you know, pimp and prostitute our women, because that's a low level of life. You know what I mean? But the thing is, after slavery, what did they do to get us to a point where we could actually heal from that? And what did they do to where they could heal from it? Because just because you so-called ended slavery doesn't mean that you ended the trauma that we faced. Doesn't mean that you ended your white racist supremacy mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was a slave master for 400 plus years, You know what I'm saying, or 300 whatever years. You know what I mean? You was a slave master for all that time, and your kids were slave masters and all that. It's gonna be hard for you to get that out of your DNA. It's embedded in your DNA. You know what I'm saying? So America needs something, some type of healing. You know what I mean? In a whole, and they have neglected the black community, and they feel like we are holding them down. They want to, you know what I'm saying? They want to just get rid of us if they can, but they can't. And so basically, bro, um, that's why I went out and asked that question, because I appreciate everybody who participated in the video. The next one is gonna be next week, inshallah. So I'll see y'all then, man. Peace and blessings.